And I'll be the first one to raise my hand and say, no.
No. Exactly.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. Mojo 50.
When will your adventure begin? Join the Federation and become part of a mission to traverse to the skies. You can help our humanitarian missions and you can help our disaster response units. In a world where political discourse has left a void in our world's ability to help hurricane and other natural disaster victims, it's the role of the Federation to stand tall and make a difference. Shop the Federation Promenade and make your donation at trekfederation.com today.
The thing that I keep saying, though, is it's in your face. You know how many... I don't even watch TV anymore for that reason. Yeah. That every time I find a series that, that one might interest me, there's got to be a gay couple in there. Or there's got to be a kid that thinks that he's the opposite sex. All this stuff is being inverted into every single thing. So I no longer can enjoy the movies or TV or anything like that.
You forget that. You can watch commercials now in the afternoon
that too.
Where you have men and men, women and women.
My favorite.
Yep.
What?
Go ahead. Can I bring up my favorite example of gay and media that I absolutely hate? There's a commercial in, I believe, Scotland, where they made Santa Claus gay. And I'm just like, he has a wife.
Yeah.
I've turned shows off because they brought LGBTQ plus stuff into
but
it.
That's what I mean. They're shoving it down our throats. You know, you can't even fill out an application, which is supposed to be a formal business type thing. To fill out an application for a job, what sex are you? What do you call yourself?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, what is that doing on an application? Doesn't matter.
Okay, here's my thing.
It's my thing, not hers. I don't like talking when other people are talking. That's just a thing that I have my past. But so my view is I don't believe that everybody that says that they are homosexual is actually homosexual.
I agree.
I believe that a lot of people that say they aren't actually, and they're just being influenced. I do believe
it for attention too. I know some people who have faked it for attention.
Yes.
So do I.
But that does not mean the entire community is faking it or saying they're attracted just to be popular or whatever.
I
would agree.
I agree.
Now, real quick, how many people are in here that does either believe or give credence to the concept that you can be born gay?
Nope.
Me.
Nope, I don't believe you're born gay.
I believe you can be born gay. Just like you can be born evil, you can be born gay.
The people that choose to be gay aren't actually gay.
Right. I don't think you can be born gay, but that does not mean that I believe that. The reason I don't think you can be born gay is because I believe that all of this deals with mental development, and you don't have mental development that's going to play any role until you get old enough to be able to properly communicate and observe and remember. And I believe that it would be whatever those influences are from that point on that would cause you to have these other attractions and stuff, because that's the point that you're actually processing and developing stuff in your brain that would bring you in that direction.
So it's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
I would go one step further and say that there are people born with hormone imbalance and things like that would further nudge them in that direction.
I'll go along with that too. Yeah.
On that, but I want to agree with the fact that it's natural. It's being done to our food, to our water, to our air.
Oh, I
They're
know.
putting things in there that are affecting our hormones. They're putting it in foods. That's why we have so many what I call a soy boy. You know what I'm talking about? The
soy's bad for boys. That's for sure.
Okay, because there's a lot of estrogen being put in food. There's a lot of testosterone being put in foods. There's a lot of various things being put in all this stuff. And these kids are eating a lot of that stuff because it's aimed at them.
So their choice is kind of taken away from them.
I can't have an opinion. I know
They don't have they don't really have the capacity to make the choice with the influence of the hormones.
Whether they act on it is on their choice.
So then that's not really fair to them.
Okay, but wait, I agree with that, but I don't say that God did it. I say that Satan did it because Satan is the one behind all this crap that's going on, number one, but they can change it and God can heal them.
Oh, I agree.
You have to trust in God.
I didn't come out until I was in 7th grade because I wasn't for sure whether or not I was actually gay until I was old enough to actually know it. When I was in 3rd grade, I had maybe a thought that I might be, but I never really committed to it until I was in 6th grade when I actually liked somebody. And it was a girl that I liked. But I told my parents when I was in 7th grade because that gave myself enough time to actually process it and think about if I was actually gay.
And to help you through it.
Yeah.
I came out before you.
Also, I want to point out my dad is bi. So
there you go. See, you have some influence right there.
So you have some influence there. Exactly right.
That part.
I didn't know it until I moved out.
Yeah, I kind of.
You wouldn't know it. I don't think.
That's my bad.
My dad didn't come out to me until I moved out of the house, and that was literally a year ago.
He confirmed.
Yeah, it's all those. It's the subtle influences both in this world and in the human heart, the sinful desires that push people in the directions that they do.
It's gay parents raise gay kids. Mom, you have explaining to do.
Yeah, because I don't know how you got that way. I am not that way. I am nowhere near that way. Anyway.
Now, I will also make the argument, if I concede the idea that you could be born that way, I still don't think that right there does not, if there's any guilt there or any problem there for the behavior, it does not alleviate that. Because if we take this example to an extreme, okay, somebody can claim, does everyone in here knows what the acronym MAPS stands for when dealing with attraction?
Yes, sir.
For anyone?
I'm from IT. I don't know.
Minor attraction.
Minor attractive persons.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, these are people that are claiming that whether it's from birth or not, their behavior causes their sexual attraction to be directed to minors. MAPS would be prepubescent. You got hebephiles. It would be at the level of puberty, just going into it. But just because you have that draw does not necessarily justify your actual behavior if you succumb to it or not.
No.
There is one difference, however.
There's a huge difference. Riley, you want to say or should I? You want me to? Okay. When it comes to, I don't even like the term MAPS. I guess I can't really say what they're called on radio, can I? Anyway. Yeah, exactly.
They would be referred to as pedophiles.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yes, I know. I refuse to call them MAPS. I'm not validating their.
That's fine. Yeah.
I feel good about it.
But we have to validate all the gays.
I don't care if you validate me or not.
But the thing is, look, okay, the research that I have done on
the difference between being a pedo and being gay. Having a gay relationship is two adults consenting. If it is a child, they cannot consent to anything because they do not know what it is.
I definitely agree with that.
I don't, because
I agree that's a major difference.
Have you heard of the term groomer?
Yes, there's groomers out there that groom
There are
you.
people who will guide children to believe that that's the way, and they'll at that age. I mean, what age? There's no reason to say, "Oh, who are you to say who you have to be this age to be consenting?"
They're actually trying to legalize it in the United States. But the point is that either way, they're both created by their surroundings. They are both created by what's on TV, by what's in the library, by what they're being taught, by what they're seeing their friends do. Everything in the world that is around them, they are being taught. Groomers, pedos, bisexual, whatever the other one's called.
Right. But I will.
Pansexual. It's all created.
Right. But I do agree with the point that there is a different level of accountability and a different level of whether or not it is that much more evil or not, because I do believe that there is that influential mental development that plays a big factor between that. So yes, they were bringing up a great point.
How the world points it out is my point, is that you get on that idea of, the Supreme Court decision way back when on pornography. It's like, well, I can't put a definition to it, but I know it when I see it.
Correct.
Yeah.
And we're fast approaching that same thing with children. I mean, like 5 years ago, I read that pedophile sting that was in the state of Florida, and like 80 Disney, employees were nabbed in that. You have a whole business cultures which push it. All right. And this all stems back from, we are made in God's image. The enemy hates God and therefore hates everything that's in his image. So his ultimate point is to make this world in his image, which is a totally screwed up image of God, and we can't ever find peace. It's like C.S. Lewis said, you can't find peace apart from God because there is no such thing. You find that perfect relationship. Hey, that's great until that other person cheats on you. You can find that perfect whatever it is, and it's great until you realize that, this isn't the high I was looking for. Mm-hmm. And you keep chasing, and you keep chasing, and you keep chasing. Eventually, you're in the grave, and you haven't even caught anything.
Yeah.
And then what? Then you're just a slab of granite up in some park somewhere, and that's it. 2 generations afterwards, they don't even remember anything about you.
I even, up the street, when I was a kid, brother and sister, they're both gay. He lives in California. She lives somewhere out here. Both gay. But I don't believe that it was created, especially with them both being gay. I believe that something happened.
Yeah.
We knew we knew it in school.
The thing is being outside of it, I can believe what I like, but I cannot walk in somebody else's shoes who is facing it. All right. I can listen to Beckett Cook. Mm-hmm. He's somebody who's walked it and is walking it. All right. Mm-hmm. But I can't assume that I know enough to declare one from the other. I know what's to declare right and wrong. I know what's in God's image and what isn't. And I know what will bring you peace versus what I know, you're just chasing the wind. It's your choice.
And I will make the argument, once we get down to a lot of little things, that it becomes more difficult and more difficult is falling away from God as we are as mankind over time, that when we get to those little things, it's that much more difficult to actually tell what is wrong and what's not. Sometimes it's not the action, but the feeling behind the action that makes things wrong or not. And as often as some things that we are pushed to be in this society accepting as good and normal, sometimes was not meant to be. Yet we think it is because of the world we're in.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I mean, I want to tell you, when you said to go watch that guy, I was pretty hesitant. And I went, and I looked at, I forgot what video it was, but it was the one where he's breaking down homosexuality and the Bible.